We are going to call this meeting of the Adams County Board to order on Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. If we could rise for the invocation Pledge of Allegiance led by Mark Sorensen.
For the members who have retired, and thanks for their faithful service to our county. As we embark into our new calendar year, we ask your blessings on the incoming new members. Help us all to work together on the issues involving our county to the glory of your name. Also help us to elect officers with who will follow your will and glorify your name. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I will now conduct the roll call. Mr. Seamer.
Present.
Keith Calloway.
Present.
Fred Austin. Here. Mark Sorensen.
Here.
Barb Fletcher. Ryan Heenkamper.
Here.
Dave Bellis.
Here.
Marvin Kirkhoff.
Here.
Mark Dietrich.
Here.
Jeremy Farlow.
Here.
Steve McQueen.
Here.
Travis Cooley.
Here.
Robert Rich.
Here.
Tim Finley.
Here.
John McCoy.
Here.
Brad Poulter.
Here.
David McCleary.
Here.
Les Post.
Here.
Brent Fisher.
Here.
Joe Zenger. Teresa Bachold.
Here.
Thank you. I declare a quorum present, 19 present, 2 absent. Please let the record show that Mr. Zenger and Mrs. Fletcher are both excused. Thank you. Next order of business is public comment. Kristen, can you grab that clipboard? The clipboard. No, the other one. On the... All right, we have one signed up to speak. Mr. Randy Mock, the floor is yours. If you come up here, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be honest with you. I turned 54 years old last Tuesday. This is the first Adams County Board meeting that I've ever been to. I've been a resident of Adams County for 54 years. Earlier this year, I became the Republican Precinct Committeeman in Precinct 11. I live at 2535 Lind here in Quincy. And I have not spoke to my constituents, so I'm here talking on myself. For myself, actually, but I ran on We the People is what the United States of America was founded on. And so when I ran for precinct committeeman, I just want to let everyone know that we the people elect you guys. And I'm not saying you're doing a bad job. I'm just saying that we expect for you guys to be good stewards of our taxpayer monies. And that's all I wanted to come up here and say. I also wanted to introduce myself to you guys. So being new to this, I just wanted to come and say hey, and thank you for all you have done and for all you're going to continue to do. And thank you. That's all I had to say.
Thank you. All right. Next order of business, organization of the county board. I would entertain a motion to file and receive the certificates of election from November 5th, 2024 for the general election for 7 board members and 3 county officials.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve by Mr. Heenkamper, seconded by Mr. Fisher. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. They're now received. The next order of business is an election of the temporary chairperson to hand over the reins, so I may go back to my seat.
I would nominate Les Post.
There's a motion on the floor to nominate Les Post as temporary chair. Second by Mr. Mark Sorensen. Are there any other nominations for temporary chair? Hearing none. All those in favor of asking Mr. Post to be the temporary chair, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Mr. Post, it is all yours.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to come out of retirement for 3 minutes and go back. So, my one and only topic of business tonight is nominations for chairman of the Adams County Board. We accept any nominations from the floor.
I would nominate Brett Austin.
Nomination by Dr. Rich.
Second.
Second by Mark Sorensen. Any other nominations for chairman of the board? I think I'm required to ask 3 times, Ryan. Any other nominations for chairman of the Adams County Board? Hearing none, would entertain a motion to close the nominations and cast a ballot.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bellis,
Second.
second by Mr. McCleary. Any discussion?
I would like to make a motion for a roll call vote.
All we need to do as a request, so if you request it, we'll do it. So, Ryan, I think you're ready to go.
Yep, let's go. Mr. Seymour,
Yes.
Keith Calloway,
Present.
Mr. Austin.
Yes.
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Bart Fletcher, Ryan Hincamper,
Yes.
Dave Bellis.
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Mark Dietrich,
Present.
Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Present.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich,
Yes.
Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Present.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zanger, Teresa Bachhold.
Yes.
Okay, 15 in favor, 4 present, 2 absent.
15 in favor, 4 present, and 2 absent. We declare the Mr. Chairman is now Brett Austin. And you can have my seat.
Might start out a little rocky. I'm a little nervous. But first order of business is for us to elect a vice chairman. And are there any nominations for vice chairman?
I'd like to nominate Dr. Bob Rich.
Nomination by
Second.
Mr. Poulter, second by Mr. Hincamper. Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Hearing none, other than Dr. Rich, we can do this by unanimous acclamation, voice vote, or we can do a roll call vote. Voice vote?
I move that we do a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Mr. McQueen would ask for a roll call vote, and so we'll do a roll call vote. Clerk?
Tim Seymour,
Yes.
Keith Calloway,
Present.
Brett Austin,
Yes.
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Barbara Fletcher, Ryan Hincamper,
Yes.
Dave Bellis,
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff, Mark Dietrich,
Yes.
Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Yes.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich,
Yes.
Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Yes.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zanger, Teresa Bachhold.
Yes.
18 in favor, 1 present, 2 absent.
18 in favor, 1 present, 2 absent. The motion carries. Bob Rich is the vice chairman of the Adams County Board. Thank you. Next is on the agenda is committee assignments, but we're going to table all of that for now. What we will do over the next coming month is talk about that, and we think that we'll have one-on-one conversations. I think we've done great in our committee structure, and we have a lot of great people on the board. So we'll talk about those, and I'd like to get some feedback and personal conversations going with people if you have different interests on different committees, or if you just like where you're at. however you want to phrase it, but I will try to reach out to everyone over the next week or so and get a pulse on how people feel about that. And if there's anything you want at all on that, just reach out to me. We have approval of the minutes from the October 15th, 2024 meeting.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion by Brent Fisher, second by Dave Bellis.
Sorry, that should be November. That's my bad.
Oh, November 15th, 2024. Motion by Brent Fisher, second by Dave Bellis. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any changes? So ordered. Thank you. First off on committee report, Mr. Bellis, Transportation, Building, and Technology.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our committee met tonight at 5:30 in the law library. We reviewed the bills. They seem to be in order. We had a report from county engineer, IT, and the courthouse maintenance, and we have a resolution A, if the clerk would read that.
Resolution number 2024-12-501-027. Resolution to use the surface transportation funds to pay half the county engineer salary from December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025, and appropriating $73,840 from the county motor fuel tax fund for half the county engineer salary for January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bellis, second by Mr. Post. Voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The clerk would read B, please.
Resolution number 2024-10-501-028, resolution appropriating $2.5 million in county motor fuel tax funds for the maintenance of the various county highways in Adams County for the year of 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hincamper, second by Mr. McCleary. Voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered.
Under new business, it's not on this agenda, but we did get a letter from the Illinois Department of Labor, the OSHA, in reference to complaints from back when we had a few complaints about mold, and the report said no citations were issued as a result of the inspections, so that was a good thing. That came to the sheriff's department. Just relaying that for everybody's information.
Does the clerk have that letter? Can you send that to the clerk?
Yes.
Can you send it out to the full board?
Yes.
And then Jim Frankenhall from the Highway Department reported on a list of future projects that he's looking at for street repairs. No action was taken. And the courthouse HVAC, we did have a presentation from Todd Moore from Architectnics that they have like 50 pages drawn up. They're working diligently on it, and the bids should be ready to put out for the project should be ready sometime in January, most likely. Hopefully in March we'll have something to bring to you with a price to vote on.
And then we've had a couple of payments for design and everything already. And
Right. We
Okay.
did okay. A third payment to Architectnics. It's totaled about $111,000 to this point, and that's going to be on last year's budget, and next bill will be on the next year's budget. I think that was it. Our next meeting will be January 14th in the Law Library at 6 o'clock.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bellis. Dr. Rich, Legislative and Judicial.
Committee met this evening at 6 o'clock, reviewed bills from the Circuit Clerk, Juvenile Detention Center, Probation Department, Public Defender, State's Attorney's Office, and Supervisor Assessments. All the bills are in order. A few action items we have here as I go through this. If I'd have the clerk read number 3, it's a new resolution on the county code, or an adaptation on the new one.
Ordinance number 2024-12-001-011. Ordinance to change the Adams County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 1, Section 4, Rules of the Board.
Motion is to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rich, second by Ms. Bachold.
This is a clarification on addressing both the committees and the full board. It's within everybody's rights. Aaron and the State's Attorney's Office has reviewed this. We've all had it for a month to look at. Basically, it limits to 3 minutes. People can sign up right before the board meeting. It outlines what's proper and what isn't proper. It's not much of a change, but just enough to clear things up.
Any other discussion? Voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Thank you.
Appointments, we had none, no liquor licenses. I'm surprised because January 1st is coming. Nevertheless, pyrotechnic displays, if the clerk would read.
Pyrotechnic display application for Ralph Wingman for December 25th, 2024 at 7 p.m. with no alternative date provided.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Rich, second by Mr. Kirkhoff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
The other thing we've been discussing and trying to do the right thing is this, there's so many solar farms starting up, and there's a debate about what's commercial and what isn't commercial, what needs a special permit and what doesn't need a special permit. If you're commercial, how much of it's going to go back to Ameren, how much of it you're going to use. We've got one that's come up for us, a farmers co-op, and we've got some more information this evening. Mr. Frankenhoff brought in that we're going to review. We decided to have a short committee of myself, Aaron from the State's Attorney's Office, Mr. Frankenhoff, and the county clerk to review these things. This last information just came in today, and so Aaron's going to review it. There's a difference if you have 40 acres and you're just doing one building, or if you got 40 acres and you're doing a whole, and you're selling some of it back to Ameren. But every case is going to be different. More of these are coming up on the agenda. We'll have to study them case by case, and it's nice to have special permitting on anything that's commercial because that helps with the highway department and also keeps everything in order. But no action was taken, and it's something we're continuing to study. Other than that, our next meeting will be 6 o'clock p.m., January 14th, here in the county boardroom. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Dr. Rich. Next is the Public Health and Safety Committee. Ms. Fletcher isn't here today. Mr. Sorensen, can you provide us with that info?
Sure, Chairman. We met in the ROE conference room tonight at 5:30, and we went through the bills. Everything looked good. We had a coroner's report. He had 62 deaths for the month of November.
Mr. Sorensen, could you pull your mic down a little bit so I can pick that up?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Start over. 62 reported deaths in November. One autopsy in November 2. No abandoned remains, and 33 cremation permits. EMS, their call volume is up 824 for the month. The new radio system went in last Friday. Everything seems to be working fine so far. As far as the vax, he had 348 vets so far year to date. He's hiring a new VSO because their workload is really getting heavy right now. So other than that, I have nothing else. Our next meeting will be January 14th in the ROE conference room at 5:30.
Thank you, Mr. Sorensen. We did not have an executive committee meeting this past month, but we will start those back up in January with the committee chairman. Next is the Finance Committee, Mr. Cooley.
The committee met yesterday, December 9th, reviewed the bills. Everything appeared to be in order. We actually have several items to consider tonight, so we'll get started off. Will the clerk please read by title only 4A?
We have a resolution for the approval of ordinance number 2024-12-161-001 to increase the annual salary of the supervisor of assessments.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Finley, second by Mr. Poulter. Any other discussion?
Question,
Yes?
how much did that increase?
So this is supervisor assessments. The amount of the increase is only 2%.
2%?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Cooley. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mark Sorensen.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was that? Yes. Thank you. Barbara Fletcher. Rainey Camper.
Aye.
Dave Bellis. Yes. Marvin Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Mark Dietrich.
Yes.
Jeremy Farlow.
Yes.
Steve McQueen.
Yes.
Travis Cooley.
Yes.
Robert Rich.
Yes.
Tim Finley.
Yes.
John McCoy.
Yes.
Brett Poulter.
Yes.
David McCleary.
Yes.
Les Post.
Yes.
Brent Fisher.
Yes.
Joe Zanger. Teresa Bachhold.
Yes.
Timothy Seymour.
Yes.
Keith Calloway.
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That ordinance is adopted.
Will the clerk please read by title only 4B, please?
We have resolution number 2024-12-401-002, State's Attorney's Appellate Prosecutor Funds.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. Fisher.
So this is an annual resolution of collection of county matching funds for the state's attorney's office with the appellate prosecutor of Illinois. This is a $3,000 increase over last year, which was already put into the budget.
Any other discussion? Voice vote. All those in favor? Opposed? So ordered.
Will the clerk please read by title only 4C?
Resolution number 2024-12-001-003, resolution authorizing the funding of a replacement of shelter house and polling location for the village of Columbus.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McCleary, second by Mr. Hincamper. This will be a roll call vote. Any discussion first?
So we had originally approved this back in July of this last year. It was $90,000. Then the village came back with a final number. They came back last night with a bid that they received of $137,000. They're going to cover the difference on that. And then it's to construct a new shelter house, and it's also it's a polling place. First off, it's a town hall. So the new request is $120,000, and last night the finance committee approved it unanimously.
Any other discussion on that? Roll call vote.
Mark Sorensen.
Yes.
Bart Fletcher. Rainey Camper.
Aye.
Dave Bellis.
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Mark Dietrich. Jeremy Farlow.
Yes.
Steve McQueen.
Yes.
Travis Cooley.
Yes.
Robert Rich.
Yes.
Tim Finley.
Yes.
John McCoy.
Yes.
Brett Poulter.
Yes.
David McCleary.
Yes.
Les Post.
Yes.
Brent Fisher.
Yes.
Joe Zanger. Teresa Bachhold.
Yes.
Timothy Seymour.
Yes.
Keith Calloway.
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That resolution is adopted.
Will the clerk please read by title only 4D?
Resolution number 2024-12-001-004, resolution authorizing the funding of Digital Communication Board at the Adams County Courthouse.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. Fisher. This also, any discussion on this one?
Yeah, so this money is last piece of unallocated ARPA money, which actually needs to be allocated by the end of this month and by the end of the calendar year. Finance Committee approved this request unanimously last night as well. This is to replace the marquee that sits just to the west of the clerk's office now. It's just a manual board that they have to go out and replace everything whenever they need to change the messages. This is actually going to be a digital board that can broadcast dates, messages, whatever we need to the public for easier communications.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Bart Fletcher, Ray Hincamper,
Aye.
Dave Bellis, Marvin Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Mark Dietrich, Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Yes.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich,
Yes.
Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Yes.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zanger, Teresa Bachhold,
Yes.
Timothy Seamer,
Yes.
Keith Calloway,
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That resolution is also adopted.
On E and F, I'll make a motion that we need to table those for another month.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. Finley. Just a voice vote for tabling. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
I'd ask the clerk to read 4G by title only, please.
Resolution number 2024-12-001-009, resolution to authorize the use of $50,000 of funds from the Adams County, Illinois Opioid Committee, said funds being from the National Opioid Settlement Fund for the expansion of the School Resource Officer Program for the Adams County Schools.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hincamper, second by Mr. McCleary. This will be a roll call vote. Any other discussion on this?
This is basically just the access for us to be able to purchase a vehicle for this.
And what was the amount?
It's $50,000.
And that's from the opioid settlement fund.
That's correct.
Any other discussion? Yes.
Brett, it's 50,000?
50,000.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
That's just for one new officer.
One vehicle. Outfitted.
I
one.
mean, but this year we're, yeah.
There's total of 3 in the program, and some are in the budget already for money for that, and then also looking at the schools to participate, I believe. But this was a help from a different funding mechanism. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Bart Fletcher, Ray Hincamper,
Aye.
Dave Bellis,
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Mark Dietrich, Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Yes.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich, Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Yes.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zanger, Teresa Bachhold,
Yes.
Timothy Seamer,
Yes.
Keith Calloway,
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That resolution is adopted.
The next one, the committee reviewed this program request is moved to table it for one more month for further information to be provided.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley to table, second by Mr. Fisher. Voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Can I have the budget up, please? Is that possible?
I don't think they actually have the budget.
Okay,
They have the levy
that's fine.
sheet and ARPA sheet
Got
if
it.
you wanted them.
Okay. So you guys should have the budget's amended that you can see in front of you. It's directly tied to the levy requests that we looked at in a moment. Only the highlighted revenue lines are impacted, if you guys can see. If you guys have those in front, it should be, one of them's 4,700,000. Another one's 400,000. Another one's 1,300,000. So we had to change a few of those due to the 0.27% cap rate that we're under. So there was originally a request of 4.9 million, and we changed that to 4.7 because it would make us go over the 0.27% tax allowed. And we added $300,000 into tax real estate for the county health department. That was originally budgeted for 100,000, and then we also dropped $100,000 originally requested 1.4 million to the ambulance department. So by the time we change those, it's a net zero, but it allows us to increase for the general.
Any other discussion on that from the finance committee or elsewhere?
What drove the reduction on the health department?
So yeah, we
Or not the reduction, I'm sorry, the increase.
the increase. So we're only allowed to cap. There's a cap rate that we're stuck at. It's 0.27%, which that's something that we're going to have to address later on down the road. We just have to figure out how to do that. But we needed extra money right now. This is a way for us to be able to fund that. So we talked to Jared Welch. We have also talked to John Simon. They've both agreed that they'll allow us to do this, and it's going to help the county just in general for us to be able to create some extra funds by using their funds or using their departments as well.
And to be clear, that's going to be for transfer of services that we do in those departments.
Correct.
It's not just out of the blue. It's for the things that
It
we
has a
pay
specific
cover
name.
in county general.
No, that makes more sense.
And that's the question you asked
That
me.
was really what I was trying to get.
Yeah, that's the question you asked me a couple months ago.
Right.
That is, as Mr. Cooley said, that is going to be a continuous thing that we need to address over this next year, so that we can correctly tax in the lines given to us. Any other discussion?
We do need a motion in a second.
Did we have that? No. We need a motion for this change.
I make a motion to approve this change.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. McQueen. We need a roll call vote on this since it's the budget.
Mark Sorensen.
Yes.
Bart Fletcher. Raheem Camper.
Aye.
Dave Bellis.
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Mark Dietrich. Jeremy Farlow.
Yes.
Steve McQueen.
Yes.
Travis Cooley.
Yes.
Robert Rich.
Yes.
Tim Finley.
Yes.
John McCoy.
Yes.
Brett Poulter.
Yes.
David McCleary.
Yes.
Les Post.
Yes.
Brent Fisher.
Yes.
Joe Zinger. Teresa Bachhold.
Yes.
Timothy Seymour.
Yes.
Keith Calloway.
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That ordinance for amendment is adopted.
I make a motion to recess this December 10th, 2024 meeting and resume the September 10th, 2024 County Board meeting for the purpose of setting the tax levy.
Second.
Motion to suspend this meeting to go back to September for the purpose of levy by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. Fisher. All in favor? Opposed? The motion to recess the December 10th, 2024 meeting and resume the September 10th, 2024 meeting is approved. So we are now traveling back in time to the September 10th, 2024 board meeting.
Okay, so if you guys can pull out this sheet that's in front of you. So
Could we have the levy sheet up on the screens?
do you
please?
have that? All right, good.
Hey, Brett, can I get a motion? Let me read it. Motion second so we can talk.
Okay. Let's have a motion to consider the levy sheet and a second, and then we can discuss.
Let me read it, though. Ordinance number 2024-12-001-007, ordinance adopting the Adams County tax levy for the 2024 tax year. Can the levy sheet be made bigger on the screen?
Move to approve.
Motion by Mr. Fisher, second by Mr. Calloway. Now discussion.
Okay, so they always say if you pass a budget, then you're also passing a levy. So this is the levy that we have in front of us. If you guys can see, Really, we have a few different things to point out. The max rate that we see up at the top is 0.27%. What we have calculated over to the right in the green, this has got us at 0.26999. So this is as far as we can push this without maxing out that tax cap rate. If you guys can also check out the bottom, this is 1.4.2132%. So basically what this is meaning is that we're passing a budget that's 4.2132% more than last year. So this is more money. I will also say that the EAV has gone up 8.35%. So we're well within our means of that. We're passing about half of what we could be passing. In consideration of what this actually means to normal, everyday households. So if you guys will look at the very bottom, the fourth column over. So for $100,000 residents, what we are saying this makes a difference is it's about $245 per $100,000 resident value. Before, what we had as far as the or this last current previous year, before our actual levy was a little bit higher at 0.76, where this year it's 0.735. So we're passing a lower levy. But what it meant was on a $100,000 residence, the same residence, it would have cost that owner $255 versus now it's going to be costing them $245. Not to say that the property didn't go up in value, because it probably did, but on the same $100,000 house, you're actually going to be charged $10 less per $100,000.
Any other discussion on that? That's a good summary, Mr. Cooley. I think that shows a strong position. Appreciate the work of the Finance Committee. And, you know, that is a good position to be in, especially considering that we have some reserves both in special use funds and in our general funds. Does anyone else have any questions about the levy in general? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote to approve.
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Barb Fletcher, Raheem Camper,
Aye.
Dave Bellis,
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Mark Dietrich, Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Yes.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich,
Yes.
Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Yes.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zanger, Teresa Bachhold,
Yes.
Timothy Seymour,
Yes.
Keith Calloway,
Yes.
Brett Austin,
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That ordinance is adopted.
Thank you all for that. I make a motion to suspend the September 10th, 2024 meeting and resume the December 10th, 2024 board meeting.
Do we want to adjourn the September meeting or suspend it?
Adjourn. You can read that again.
Okay, I'll amend that. I make a motion that we adjourn the September 10th, 2024 meeting and resume the December 10th, 2024 board meeting.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. McQueen. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion to adjourn September 10th and resume December 10th is approved, and we are now fast forwarding back in time to December 10th today.
I'd ask the clerk to read 5A by title only, please.
We have a transfer of fund appropriations from Ryan Ekamp on behalf of the Adams County Finance Committee, the amount of $40,000 from account number 001-001-5999 County General Contingency for revised budget amount of $160,000 and $40,000 to account number 006-001-5815 HVAC project design for revised budget amount of $40,100.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Cooley, second by Mr. Callaway.
So this is, as you guys heard, this is to pay the architects for their work so far with the design. We're moving money out of the contingency right now, but all future expenses will be paid through bonding, which the committee is working on.
So design-related costs, right, for this?
Correct.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call vote?
Mark Sorensen,
Yes.
Art Fletcher, Raheem Camper,
Aye.
Dave Bellis,
Yes.
Marvin Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Mark Dietrich, Jeremy Farlow,
Yes.
Steve McQueen,
Yes.
Travis Cooley,
Yes.
Robert Rich,
Yes.
Tim Finley,
Yes.
John McCoy,
Yes.
Brad Poulter,
Yes.
David McCleary,
Yes.
Les Post,
Yes.
Brent Fisher,
Yes.
Joe Zinger, Teresa Bachhold,
Yes.
Tim Seamer,
Yes.
Keith Callaway,
Yes.
Brett Austin.
Yes.
19 in favor, 2 absent.
19 in favor, 2 absent. That transfer is approved.
I will cover, if you'll look on 6, there we had some health insurance related things that came up. So we've found briefly that there was from January 1st of 21 to December 1st of 24. There was a hiccup with some of the insurance, with the health insurance. And what happened was we were overcharging a family plan only. So what has occurred, and we've taken back and we've looked at all of these health plan years, and we've got some money coming back to some of our courthouse employees. So there's a $221,000 overage from that time period. And what that amounts to, there was nobody that was overcharged anymore. I think the largest period or the largest total check coming back to an employee is $4,000. It's drastically lower than that on a lot of people's checks, but that was probably the highest one. And then that's also, it came out pre-tax, so that whenever employees receive this, we want to make sure that they're also aware that it has to come out pre-tax now as well. So if you guys have any questions about that, we can address those now.
So an employee is going to get a check for $4,000. They'll have to pay tax on it, correct?
They
Yeah.
will, yeah.
That's the most that somebody could have gotten charged over the last 3-year period. But yes, they will have to pay taxes on it.
I'll bet they take it.
What?
I'll bet they take the check.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very unfortunate error in the math going all the way back to 2021. It essentially relates to an overcharge of the individual premium by double. So if somebody had paid $96 in 2022 for the individual and they went on the family plan, they were still paying that $96 and their portion of the family plan. So they're owed $96 times whatever amount of months that they had that. So it is a very unfortunate error. It's an origination error from way back when we started the split with the employees. And then, after those years, it just became a compounding thing because we just looked at, we're going up 4% from that last amount. So I'm glad that there was some catch in this. The finance committee, the county board office worked together to catch that. And I do know that, Mr. Cooley, do you have the information of when that was? I think those are going to be paid out this month, right?
Yes, that's correct. They should be paid out this month.
Okay.
So was that a calculation on our end, or was that on the insurance company's end?
It was a calculation on the insurance company's
Okay.
end. And it was just compounded by not picking up from that origination error.
Right.
That's very unfortunate, and we definitely do not like to hold more of our employees' money than they were obligated to pay. For the record, though, it did not affect anyone's insurance plan in any way, any deductible, any coverage, any policy, any part of that. It was purely a premium error on the money side.
Was there any discussion, I guess, within the finance committee to, somehow audit that moving forward, just to make sure that we don't get into those?
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand how that works, so, if you don't have a checks and balance on an insurance company, it's hard telling what might happen, so.
I would agree with you.
No, you're right.
Yeah, the county board office got together with the insurance agent, and there's an absolute spreadsheet. It's already been corrected, but it'll actually apply at 1/1/25.
So is the insurance company forking out the money, or are we?
No, we held the money. We collected the money.
Oh.
We still paid the insurance the price it was. The insurance company didn't take more from us. We don't give them direct money. So we collected all this money, and then we paid the premiums.
Right.
But we just took more in than we
Right.
should have. So the buck stops inside the county. We don't have to go digging for money.
I had one.
Yeah.
Just that was a good job from you guys catching that.
Well, it was actually 3 employees that caught it,
Yeah.
because it was at the benefits fair, and we offered a high deductible plan, and when they were figuring out the percentage differences of what they would pay in a high deductible plan, somebody looked at the math and said, well, that doesn't add up backwards. So I'll give credit to 3 employees that called in and said that right away, and then from there, the county board office and the finance committee was able to detective it, CSI it backwards. So I give a credit to the employees for pointing it out, and I give credit for trying to react quickly to this. So hopefully we can get that. I would say that we are getting a little bit of pushback already from, because we want this to be a check and a waiver kind of thing. So we'll continue with that, and I'm sure the finance committee can update us soon. Anything else on that, Mr. Cooley?
No, it's just unfortunate that it actually happened, but luckily it's found. Getting everybody their checks this month. Yeah, apologize for that. Christmas check, that's right. That should be it. Do you guys have anything else? Tim, do you have anything for health insurance? Anything else, guys? Okay, our next meeting will be Monday, January 13, 2025, here in the county boardroom. Thank you.
That's a long committee meeting. Thank you, Mr. Cooley, for handling that. Any other unfinished business? Don't believe so. We don't have any board member travel vouchers. Monthly reports.
Monthly reports from the Supervisor of Assessments, Board of Review, Juvenile Detention Center, the County Clerk and Recorder's Office, the Public Defender, the Circuit Clerk, Information Technology and Probation Department, monthly check register for November 2024, and fund summary report for November 2024, including revenue and expenses.
Motion to receive, file, and forward to appropriate committees.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hincamper. I wondered who was going to play that role today. It was like musical chairs. They were both gone. Motion by Mr. Hincamper, second by Mr. McCleary. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So ordered. We have no resignations, thankfully. No other appointments right now. No other reports right now. We do have some correspondence from the clerk.
We have correspondence and notice of finding corrections accepted from the Illinois Department of Corrections.
Motion to receive, file, and forward.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hincamper, second by Mr. McCleary. All those in favor? Thank you. Oh, any opposed? Sorry. Thank you. We'll receive those correspondence. I have just a couple things before we adjourn. I don't think we have. Do we have anything for executive session?
No.
Okay. We had put something down there, but I think we're going to hold off on that. I have just a couple things in terms of like notices. First of all, I believe Georgine's still out here. This is Georgine's last county board meeting. Yay. She did have a smile on her face the entire time she was sitting there. So, how many county board meetings have you been to? Yeah. But again, I know that we noticed and appreciated Georgina at the last meeting, but again, that's a tremendous record of service. Georgina has been a valuable employee here in what is not the most celebrated job some days, and she does it with great accuracy and great knowledge, and you will be missed. We appreciate you very much. Also, I wanted to mention that the Grediff annual meeting is at 4:45 tomorrow at the Oakley Lindsay Center. It usually goes to about 7. If you get there early, you get the good snacks. So try to show up on time. It's a good update on what's going on. We do, as a county, participate in sponsoring Grediff, and they take care of a lot of the economic development early on phase jobs that we do. And then lastly, I just wanted to say that I appreciate the support, and if I have moderate or no support from some of you, I will work hard to earn that. I think that this is an important role that we all play, and I want us to work together. We have done an amazing job over the last few years to work as a unit. Our meetings are precise. When we make errors, we own up to it. And we always strive to do better, and we get a lot of work done in our meetings. So I appreciate that from all of you, and I have a very open door, open phone policy, and I would appreciate your feedback when you think things can be improved, and appreciate your feedback when you think things are going right. Sometimes it's good to talk about the positive. So just know that from me, and I'm going to work very hard at this job for the next 2 years to do a good job, and I want us to all work together for the benefit of Adams County and our citizens. So with that, if no one else has anything further, we stand adjourned.